some Igbo traditions need to be preserved and discussed in detail because of their impact and implication in the modern society. For example, the evolution of Igbo traditional marriages and how marriages happen in Igbo land. There are a lot of things that, like recently, something was trending online about somebody who got married to a lady. You saw it on Twitter, and it was exposed that this girl has been into some other things. I think I saw it from 2 days ago. There about they were abusing the guy. What the Igbos call Ijua Juju or Igbanju in some other
Igbo dialects.
Now, these things are no more the way it used to be. I think that guy is an Igbo guy, Kenechu. So I saw his name, Kenechu something.
Yes.
And it's a very important part of the Igbo traditional way of getting married.
Yes, in Igbo marriage system, you cannot marry for the sake of getting married.
Yes.
Now, that is why a woman once told me that the reason marriages are failing these days is because during their time, they were not looking for the bone of their bone. All right? They were looking for someone who has similar ties with them, someone who has similar cultural value with them, and then somebody who preserves and understands the culture of their own people, and not looking for the bone of the bone.
Now, that would be a discussion for another time, because when you talk about the bone of the bone, and because somehow you like polygamous nature of the African setting, but they don't go together. But we'll talk about the other episode, because we're looking for a bone of the bone. You're looking at a bone of your bone. There's no way you can marry multiple wives.
Yes.
Well, let's
now, another aspect when you're talking about Igbanjo or Ejuas, it is the basic principle, or in fact, it's one of the basic principles on which marriages are founded.
Igbo marriages are
Now,
founded.
it is always done in secrecy.
Yeah, and this,
all right.
Sorry to cut you short. This is one of the procedures that parents don't hardly jump this part.
No.
Most times parents handle these things on their own.
In that was those days in ancient time.
Yeah.
It is the first thing you must do.
Yeah.
Because the moment you come and tell your dad, or assuming your dad was late, you tell your mom. Your mom sends an uncle of yours who he trusts his judgment to go to that land where their son have found the flower which they need to pluck and then come and plant in their own family. All right, or the palm fruit. All right. Now, if your people abhors mporokpo, it will be rejected. If they adore it, it will be accepted. Now, like I was saying, Igbanju is always done with all level of secrecy. Yeah. Now, because the first thing that, if you bring the girl to meet your parent, the first thing they do is to ask them, who is your father? Now, there are reasons they ask these questions.
Yeah.
Is there, listen, now you might think they are just asking for asking sake. Now, what they are doing is that they are getting your address.
And trying to investigate your lineage.
No, first, they are getting your address while asking those questions. Now, immediately they get hold of that address, they send a spy to the woman's home. All right? Now, the woman, the spy, does not go to your family's best friend. It can go to the enemy, or as the case may be. Now, if he asks questions about the family, how is this girl? How is the family? Do they have traces of madness? Are they kleptomaniacs? Are they liars? Are there this or that?
Do you have traces of incurable disease?
Do they have traces of incurable disease?
Some people go at the extent of asking whether this, if your great grandfather was a poor person.
Because poverty can also be inherited.
Yes.
All right. Now, if the person acquires all this knowledge and then he comes home and then he relays such information gotten to the family. Now, if it is pleasurable, they will now go to the lady's home, Igakoaka. All right. That now, when you come, the family does not just accept you.
They also
they will say, now we've had your declaration of interest. Where are you from? And now you tell them your own, as you also stating it, your own address is also taken down. And then the whole cycle will be repeated.
And they will ask you to go, they'll get back to you.
And they will get back to you.
And then they go into research also.
Yes, of course, they do their due diligence. And then when they come back, all right, and they discover that it's also everything, all the boxes
are ticked.
Now, they tell you
the decision will be made.
The decision, yes, of course.
Of course.
Yes, of course. But the problem of these days is that the UPs, this
Jay-Z.
The UP nature of our society now has made it in such a way that you meet someone on Facebook, Instagram, or some dating app. The next thing you jump all the protocols, you go for wine carrying. And then that is why sometimes you have a lot of people, a lot of problems are bound to arise.
Because it was very, very disturbing to see that some people were the ones who were like digging up debts about the girl. Not even somewhere these
are things the guy, if he did his due diligence, would have discovered all those here and there. Some people can still, after discovering them, decide to go ahead.
If it's something they can handle.
And then you now know that it's a conscious decision
you've made.
All right, it's very vital in Igbo marriage system.
Secondly, is the value the Igbo culture places on a married woman. Let me not just put it matrimony entirely, because these days you find out that young guys, I've heard you complain about something to me. It's not something I would say, like how a guy was talking to a woman who were close by. You stopped your car, you got to get out of the car. It's something that the new generation of the Igbos take very lightly, but our parents valued women. It's a sacred. When a woman is married, you can see some people, a married woman, even if it was your ex-girlfriend, you cannot come and be tapping her back or her bum bum, those kind of things, because she's married. You could do it when she was not married, but immediately she's married, even if she's married to a mad person.
The problem is maybe cross-cultural interaction among a lot of Igbo people, because Igbo people has respect for marriage. They believe in the sanctity of marriage.
It's very strong.
And then I also feel that the church is also an influence.
Are you sure?
Yes, because when you come to church and they say, "Metu begaka," you begin to hug a married woman.
No, but
it is stupidity. I'm coming. All those kind of things. And then sometimes you see, when I used to go to church, you see the pastor will tell you, hold hands and be praying. You are holding a married woman's hand and then you are praying. You do not know you can be distracted. Sometimes you touch the hand and it's very soft. And then you will lose connection with the Holy Spirit. And then your stuff going in between will start reacting one way or the other. No, I'm being very sincere. No, I'm being very sincere about it. Now, in Igbo culture, there are things you don't do with a married woman.
Yes.
All right.
A lot of things.
It's just I did something one particular day subconsciously, and this was even my cousin's wife. Now out of excitement, what I did was it's been a long while I saw her. And then what I did was I rushed and hugged her. I lifted her up, sir. It was very stupid. All right. Now, the reaction I got from my cousin was not very palatable.
Yeah, and then it should be as a man.
Yes, I had to go back, and then in retrospect, I said, "Wow." I even came back to apologize. That gets to show you the limit. Even though you call the woman our wife. But you should know where the boundary of that our wifeness. Yes. Our wife is in the attachment to the family, but not the other way around. It's very appalling sometimes you see a married woman. Now, let me tell you, do you know it's abnormal for a woman and a guy who is not the husband to sit on the same bike and then the guy is almost overlapping her?
Yes. In Igbo culture,
it's actually very, very wrong. And then it's very crazy, And then sometimes you see this kind of, there are sitting positions. A married woman, no matter who he is, that should not be seen with another man.
Yes.
All right. The Igbo culture is this kind of very protective
Yes,
of
about
this sort of things.
things.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. A married woman is very
But,
sacred.
but you know the sincere truth about it currently now is if you want to put your wife into those kind of line, some of them will tell you that you're trying to bottle them.
No, but that's why we're doing this kind of podcast, because in the olden days, it wasn't the women who were doing it.
Mm.
The men knew their boundary.
Yes.
And even like what you did now, you did it even when the guy did not utter a word. You know that you've gone wrong. Those
His
days,
reaction wasn't good.
because the guys who were going against you were in minority, they could easily dictate you. But now the majority goes against the thing, and then the women are enjoying it because now they are very free with that kind of thing. You understand? Like, imagine you with a married woman now, you are doing business, serious one. The husband does not even know. Some people go to the extent of buying a married woman car, gift, serious one, and the husband does not know.
Well,
Even if it's your sister, you can give her a gift, but you must let the husband know about it.
You know, like I've said, modernity has watered down a lot of things.
But that's what having problem.
All right, now see.
How can you go into
a lot of
how can you go into
when-
a serious
when-
business
mm,
with somebody
no.
else's wife?
No, when it comes to the business angle, you
Yes.
know, it was possible those days because women were seen to be oracles.
Yes.
And now we are in a generation where the economic hardship and then the need to explore and the need for self-actualization has drawn all the women to go into businesses too.
Yes.
Now, so when it comes to business or maybe in the working place,
No,
it's fine.
that's not what I'm saying. Like, if we were to go into a business,
A
maybe
joint
a
business?
joint business, where you
Okay.
spend a lot of time with this woman.
All
It's not
right.
like a one-time thing. You want to buy something in the market, but no. You know what I'm talking about? Like I know what I'm talking about. This issue of giving a car. I've seen people who give their ex-girlfriend a lot of money, and at the end of the day, the person becomes closer to them. Imagine some young guys who are arbitrator between
Well,
the husband and the ex-girlfriend. All this kind of rubbish. Because
well,
giving the girl money.
well,
Every time the wife says, "Bro, I need this," and what you send money.
you know, when you are in a business with a married woman, it's very complicated.
Very, very
Sometimes.
complicated.
And then you need to set boundaries, like very much. A married woman should, at least, or to the best of my knowledge, must have space to operate in an organizational setting, especially if you're into business, maybe a joint business. Now sometimes it's very complicated.
Yeah, that's almost.
And then it becomes very scary.
That's how most people go into business with their own wife.
Because sometimes you see women are always carried away by gifting.
Yes, a lot.
All right,
And
so
some boys have perfected the art of.
Yeah, some guys, especially those of low moral values, you see what they do is they use gifts to lure married women to do in fact some despicable stuff.
Yeah.
All right, now because the way to a woman's heart is gifting,
Yeah.
especially money. And then when you buy her,
Even the way to a man's house
when
also.
you buy her car,
But you can. I'm not saying buy somebody a car.
She will easily get,
Yes. I'm not saying buy somebody a car is not good, but
you
at
can.
least you have to let the husband know about it.
Of course.
But
Of
most guys
course,
wouldn't want.
But
So let the husband know about
most men might not feel very comfortable about it, and then it might be insecurity.
It's not actually an insecurity. Let me give you an example. Last Christmas, last 2 Christmas, a customer buy came back and he was chatting with his ex-girlfriend who is married to a very big person, and he just said, "I love these eyeglasses," and the woman said, "Do you like it?" The guy said yes, just jokingly. During the Christmas, this lady came back with that special glass, and then came back to the village with the glass, and then called the guy to go and take the glass. It was a very big problem.
Now, irrespective of
the chats got to that level.
Sometimes
he may not tell you the truth how the chats got to that level where they start talking about those kind of things, but they've gone intimate.
A lot of it.
Do you know how I got to know about it? So they got in front of my house with his friend. His friend called me and said, "Your cousin is going far, and I want to say this before you. This is the last time I'll go with this boy. He then told him that the only thing that will make two of them to be friends is okay, they dropped in front of my house and he bought him beer. And he asked the woman to come out to a very public place so that he will collect the glass. And then they should cut ties, stop discussing those kind of things.
Now, see, most modern women, because the women too can be part of the problem.
Yeah.
And now you cannot, it is very, very impossible for you to tell a woman of nowadays to cut ties with all her male friends.
No, it's not all her male friends.
Or most of
no,
her male friends.
You can have male friends. Now, but you as a male friend to a married woman should know you cannot be on phone every night you call a married woman start telling you what the husband is doing, then you don't.
Yeah, but that is how women are. When they spend a lot of time with you, they begin to tell you things.
Every night the person calls you, and if anything happens at home, you say, hey, it's my husband, don't mind that one.
He begins to tell him everything.
Yeah, that's why most young guys, if you're an Igbo guy, you shouldn't.
It's very complicated.
Very complicated, but you shouldn't accept those kind of things. If you're very close to me and you get married, you stop talking at night.